Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you 5 things which I believe we learned from the game against Oxford United where Luton lost 3-2. Yet again it's another defeat on the road. Let me know down in the comment section what you learned from the game, and while you're down there please smash that like button. We're going to start off this video by talking about a player that has actually performed well in a Luton shirt, but this season in particular the performances are just going downhill, and he goes by the name of Amari Bell. Before Matt Bloomfield came to the football club, Amari Bell was mainly used as a left-sided centre-half. I actually believe this was because, not due to the fact that Amari Bell's lost that little bit of pace, but due to the fact that we never actually originally replaced Cal Naismith. So we didn't really have a left-sided defender. So that's where Amari Bell came in, and because we had wing backs at the time, Alfie was of course at the football club, we were able to do a smooth transition for him to go from left back to left centre half. But then since trying to transition him back from left centre half to left back, we've just noticed that yard of pace, he gets beaten far too easily by any attacker really. And it's not just happened once, it's happened on frequent occasions so far this year. He's becoming more of a liability because he's not really offering anything going forward in terms of attacking display. So the only thing that was keeping him here was the defending aspect. And if he stops doing the defending, then it's pointless keeping him here at this football club. We're not going to go to a back 3 anymore. I can see the future being a back 4, but if you're going to keep getting beaten far too easily down that left hand side, then we're going to have to depart ways in the summer or depart ways in January. But it's more likely going to be the summer because it's already difficult to bring players through the door in January. The left back position does need to be addressed at some point. Is Alfie going to play there, or is Alfie going to play further forward? It would also help if Chong was fit and available because he would be the left-sided attacker. So Alfie could potentially play as a left back. Is it worth bringing Joe Johnson into the frame and just letting him have a go? We need to make a decision on Joe Johnson because I don't think it's fair to keep him at the football club if we're not going to play him. We might as well loan him out for the second half of this football season. Moving on to number 2 on what we learned from the game against Oxford United, and that is Elijah Adebayo. Again, a poor performance. I can't believe the performances we've seen so far from him this season. After having that very good spell in the Premier League where he was firing, he was on form, he looked unstoppable. That really good striker form which can go on forever as long as they don't get injured. He obviously gets injured, and ever since that injury we've just not seen the same Elijah Adebayo. It's just so frustrating because this is the level, we know he can score here, we know he should be performing well, and we've not seen it. He should have scored a lot more goals this year, but he's missed so many big chances. He looks off the pace as well. His attitude doesn't look like he wants to be here. If he wants to go, let him go, because I'm not having players that don't want to fight and try and stay at this football club and want to help us get out of this situation. I don't want that now. You can go away because you're not worth starting, because you're not really performing at all. There was a fantastic opportunity in the game where he could have got a shot away. He was far too slow. The Oxford United defender got there in time because of how slow he was, and the shot ended up being blocked. That could have been a very crucial moment because I do believe the game was 2-1 at that point, and that could have made it 3-1, and then you're walking in at half-time 3-1 up away from home. I had a quick look at the stats. Apart from defending corners, he actually didn't win a single header. So when we were going long to him or trying to just, you know, compete for balls in the air, he was not winning a single header. Didn't win a single battle on the ground as well. I feel like he's blown a massive opportunity. He didn't look lively when he came on against Preston on Saturday, and he looked awful for 60 minutes against Oxford United. How many more chances are these players going to get? But the problem is these players are going to keep playing because we've got no one else as another striker option because we sold Joe Taylor. We should have brought a player in first before allowing Joe Taylor to go. Moving on to number 3 of what we learned from the game against Oxford United, and it is another player focused part of the video, and I'm talking about our goalkeeper Thomas KAMINSKI. I made it very clear in my match reaction I am not happy with him, and I've slept on it and I've tried to collect my thoughts all together, and I still have the same thoughts and I'm still getting really frustrated with him. I even had a look on social media. I'm not the only one who is saying this. I cannot stand a goalkeeper who cannot talk. It's so important. Everyone who's played football, it doesn't matter what level you've played at, you talk. You talk to each other on the pitch. Because if you don't, what happens? You make mistakes, you lose games of football. He could just deal with things so much better if he just talks to his defenders. Now, he might be talking to his defenders, but they ain't listening. I can tell you that for a fact. So many times, and it wasn't just against Oxford, but it's been against other clubs as well, where a ball looks like it's going out for a goal kick, and all the Luton defender needs to do is shield it out or kick it out for a throw-in. Thomas doesn't communicate with that defender. Thomas could easily go, hey, give me the ball, I could go long, or shout at him and to shield it. Doesn't communicate, doesn't at all talk to those defenders, because they don't listen to him. And if they're not listening to him, and I said this in my match reaction, he needs to shout at them. He needs to have a go at them. Let them know. Have a go at them so we can all see it on the pitch, because they should be listening to you. If you can see it, because he's got a perfect vision of it, of what's going on, he can see the danger, talk to your defenders. They don't trust him. They cannot say to me, oh yeah, we trust our goalkeeper, because he doesn't come out, he's so glued to his goal line. For me, I think it's rule number one, a goalkeeper commands his 6-yard box and comes and claims crosses. So many times he doesn't do it. We give away cheap corners and free kicks because he doesn't communicate to the defenders. His kicking is terrible. The only good thing about him is the shot stopping. But I'm not being funny with you. You can't just have a goalkeeper that is just outstanding at one thing and not be good at the rest. I want him dropped now. That might be harsh, but I want him dropped. He's costing us more goals than he is keeping them out. I just want him dropped now. Shea, I have no issue with Shea. I know Shea's kicking ain't the greatest, and I know he isn't as good as a shot stopper as Thomas Kaminski, but Shea's all-round goalkeeping is better than him. So I want Shea back in goal. I don't want Tim Krul, because he flaps at everything. So I want Shea back in. I'm always comfortable with Shea. I never ever feel like he's going to let us down. Moving on to the fourth thing which we learnt from the game against Oxford United, and that is our subs. Matt Bloomfield is not afraid to make lots of substitutions at the same time. And I found it quite refreshing to see, after we did concede that second goal, straight away, not 10 minutes later, not 15 minutes later like we've had under previous management, straight away, once that second goal went in, that's it, you four on the pitch. I've never seen us make 4 substitutions at one go. It's been a long time, so I couldn't believe that actually happened. Although only one of them actually really made an impact, at least we got to see it. At least we're seeing fresh legs on the pitch a lot sooner, because it is a free game week. We're seeing fresh legs in attack, fresh legs in the midfield. I like it. I like seeing stuff like that. He did 3 substitutions at one go against Preston, and we're seeing 4 against Oxford United. But yet again, the subs are not making an impact. These players are blowing their opportunity. Matt Bloomfield does not have any favourites right now. He will rebuild in the summer. If we go down, he's still going to be our manager. You ain't sacking him. We will rebuild and we'll go again. I hope half of them right now leave, because I'm sick and tired of some of them. And that brings me on to number 5. We need to bring players through the door. We cannot leave this January transfer window and not sign any more players. We have to sign 1 or 2 in. We've got to, just to add competition, because some of these players, I think their mentality is, well, I can keep performing the way I want to perform, because I know I'm going to start next week, because I know we've got injury prone players and we lack competition in certain positions. So I know I'm a guaranteed starter, or I'm guaranteed to get minutes. That's, I think, some of their thought processes. We need to be more ruthless. Some of these players are not performing. Isaiah Jones now, the last 2 games, it's not been as good as his debut against Forest. Granted, he's only just recently come to the football club, so I let him off. But the likes of Brown, he's been a total waste of money. Ever since the Premier League season, you know, before that injury, he looked like he was a good player, but since that injury, total waste of money. Not enough consistent performances there. Woodrow, not seeing enough, not having an impact. So many of these players, especially in these attacking areas. Morris, Elijah Adebayo. I'm getting fed up. I'm getting sick and tired of it. So I now want to see some ruthless decision making now, because we're in trouble, massive trouble. I don't know how we're going to get out of this losing mentality, and the board have got to save our season. If there's a player out there and he's 1 million over our valuation of him, we've just got to do it. Because right now, relegation is going to cost us more than that £1 million. So we need to weigh up the options, bring the players in. Please just bring the players in. We definitely need a striker. You're going to argue you're going to need another creative player, whether that's a wide attacking player or an attacking midfielder, we need to bring another two creative players. You could argue you need another left back. At this point, I'll take anyone. We need more competition, and the players that are injured at the moment, hurry up and get fit. Don't be lazy, like some of you have been, getting frequently injured all the time. It's frustrating. Back to you, Spurs, sort yourself out. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm angry still, and I've had over 12 hours to think about what I wanted to say. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. Before I end this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to all my channel members. If you want to become a channel member on my channel, click the link in the description below, or click the join button on my channel, which will give you the option to become a member. If you become a channel member, you get exclusive perks and you help support me as a content creator. I'll see you in the next video.